bad, maybe. What's happening here? Am I live? Alright, I'm live, apparently. Okay, right, hold on a second. Well, I haven't done this in a while. I have not done this in a while, so I do apologise for everyone who is watching live. I do apologise. I'm trying to get everything back to running smoothly how it was. I'm going to be straight with you. I can guarantee a lot of stuff will go wrong. But I'm just trying to get back into it, to be honest. So do bear with me if you are watching live. If you are watching the video, this will be completely pointless to you, to be honest. But anyway, okay, well, I'll do, won't it? I know it's buffering. I know it's I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, mate. But anyway, I'm not even sure if we're gonna be able to get the live chat. But anyway, if you are watching, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, good to be back live streaming. Of course, haven't live streamed on this channel for a while. I have to say that. I have not live streamed on this channel for ages, so it's so good to be back and live streaming, and hopefully everything goes partially smoothly. As I said, it's going to be up and down. I'm sure you'll experience some buffering whilst it's going on, but hopefully you do enjoy the stream anyway. But anyway, good 3 points yesterday, of course, against Burnley. Going into the game, I was a bit kind of sceptical. I was a bit kind of worried that Ashley Barnes was going to have his way, score for the third time potentially. If he scored yesterday, he would have scored for the third time against us at Turf Moor, or just against us in general, I think. But I really thought it was going to happen. I really thought Lindelof was going to get bullied by Ashley Barnes. But I tell you what, Lindelof had a brilliant game, and he did really well, and I was surprised by that. I was obviously pleasantly surprised, but I was surprised nonetheless, because I really did. I mean, I've seen Lindelof, this year against big centre forwards. I mean, Troy Deeney at Watford completely bullied Lindelof, and that was one of the main reasons why they attacked so well and they caused us a lot of problems, because Troy Deeney was bullying our centre backs, and it really did help Watford, and I thought that's what was going to happen today, to be honest. I thought that was what was going to happen last night, I should say. But it didn't, and actually Lindelof had a really, really decent game. He really kind of, stuck it to Ashley Barnes, and he held his own, and you have to say fair play for that. And I was so happy we came away with a 2-0 victory. Obviously, one of our Achilles' heels this season was picking up points against teams lower down in the table, and the fact we came away with 3 points yesterday was such a huge victory for us. And as I said, building momentum is the key in the season. We need to build momentum, and it looks like we're just starting to do that. We travel to Arsenal on Wednesday night, New Year's Day, and that is going to be a cracker. I have to say, I think it's going to be an absolute Christmas cracker, that one, because Arsenal, yes, they lost today. They weren't on their best, but at the same time, they weren't, they weren't bad. They were not bad at all. You have to say that. I just want to say welcome to everyone who's in the chat, because as I said, I've got the wrong chat up, haven't I? What a dickhead. What a plonker. Anyway, obviously you can't see yourself on the chat, but I can see you, don't worry. I've got you on the phone right here. As I said before, I can see a bit of buffering and things like that, so yeah, do apologise. Welcome to Trans MUFC. Welcome back to you guys. Welcome back. What's up? How have you been? I've been good, mate. I have been good. Matthew Jones, welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Dazza, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Matthew says, hope everyone's having a good Christmas. I hope you guys have a good Christmas as well. I hope you guys have had a good Christmas. And so yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Matthew calls, have you put a flip-flop emoji yet? Yeah, I know. I mean, I haven't flip-flopped at all. I don't know what he's talking about. I really haven't. I've stuck with my guns. I think Solskjaer's the right man. I've stuck to it. And, some people disagree with me. Some people are losing faith. But, we're starting to pick up results. And that is a fact. So hopefully long may it continue, I say. Long may it continue. But yeah, this Burnley game obviously was a massive 3 points for us to get. Obviously goals from Martial, goals from Rashford as well. So key for us to win these sorts of games. Unfortunately, obviously Arsenal didn't do brilliant against Chelsea and kind of threw the lead away. If they had beaten Chelsea, we would have been 1 point off the top 4, which from where we were in early November would have been a massive step forward from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. To close that sort of gap would have been absolutely monumental. So the fact that we are in the position we are right now is you've got to give him credit, and I am going to give him credit. Obviously, Martial and Rashford have been really good. They've been quality. Scoring goals for fun, especially Marcus Rashford. I have to say he's been brilliant so far this season. Looks like he could potentially become the 20-goal-a-season man that we all want him to become, and we all knew he had the potential to become, and looks like now he's starting to develop into that player. I don't want to put the kiss of death on him or anything, but it looks like that could be the case. So once again, hopefully Marcus Rashford continues this good vein of form. We'll wait and see. But again, Martial as well bagging another goal for himself. And Martial this season, he hasn't been as prolific as maybe a lot of people expected him to. Obviously, he got given the number 9 shirt and there was loads of hype surrounding him. But it didn't seem like it went all to plan for Anthony Martial at the start of this season. But it looks like now he's starting to pick up the form, and we need Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial to work as a partnership if we're gonna get top 4. We need them to work together. We need them to be in unison and be the kind of York and Cole of the team, if you will. Because if they can do that, if they can be half as good as them, then we have a chance at top 4 this season. But I mean, the performance against Burnley wasn't exactly a vintage Manchester United performance. I think Burnley as well didn't put up too much of a fight, I have to say that. Usually I give the opposition team credit, but Burnley weren't brilliant, I have to say. And I'm sure their fans as well will agree with me. They were poor. They were poor against us. And if they'd shown up, I think if a Burnley side that we play in the Burnley sides that we played in the past, I should say, have been a lot better than that Burnley side we played last night, I think, and that was clear to see. Ashley Barnes was getting, almost bullied by Victor Lindelof, to be honest. It was a contest that I think a lot of people were thinking that Ashley Barnes was going to win, but it just didn't go out like that. And ultimately, it was a battle that needs to be won from Lindelof, and he did win it. And you have to give him credit for that. But at the end of the day, Burnley should have done a lot better. I think they could have really exploited our frailties from set pieces a lot more. But they didn't, and luckily they didn't, and luckily we came away with 3 points and are in the position we are now. But at the same time, I think our midfield, without Pogba and McTominay, remember, because both of them are out through injury, without those two, we still managed to put in a really solid midfield performance. Fred, I don't know what's happened to Fred, but he's just become an absolute baller over the last month. He's superb, Fred. He's been spraying the ball around, and almost, it's almost like he's finally arrived in a Manchester United shirt. He's finally turned up. We finally got the man that we paid £60 million for in the summer, or last summer as well. So it's great to see. It really is good to see. Really encouraging to see that Fred seems to be coming into his own. I actually thought Pereira didn't do too badly. Obviously, a really lovely pass for Martial's opening goal. First time pass, really good and really clinical. Obviously, Pereira's not the player I want to be seeing lining up in our midfield, but I have to give him credit. It was a really good pass for the goal and a really good finish from Anthony Martial as well. So at the end of the day, you have to give him credit. As I said, I think we should be looking to bring other players in. I don't want to see Pereira lining up in centre midfield. I think we do need to be bringing in other players. Obviously Pogba can come back, McTominay to come back, and I still think our strongest midfield is Fred, McTominay and Pogba. But at the same time, whilst those guys are out injured, we are going to have to rotate a bit, and it does look like Pereira is going to get a lot more game time. But if he continues to play in that sort of way, then I think not many United fans are going to complain. So, that's kind of what I was really happy with. The midfield was fantastic. Also, another clean sheet for Manchester United as well. And I say another clean sheet, but actually they've been hard to come by this season. I think that's only our second clean sheet in the league this season, which is a worrying statistic. But I was so happy that we did get the clean sheet for David De Gea's sake, I have to say. Dazza, I really do apologise, mate. I don't think I'm going to be able to do calls on this stream just because, as you can see, I'm sure from when you're watching, my face is buffering a bit. Everything's just kind of buffering a bit. I've just kind of wanted to get back and, just see what it's like. But obviously, there's a lot of technical hitches that needs to be patched up before I come back. So hopefully, I do patch them up ready for the next time we do stream. But I do apologise for that one, Daryl. But as I always say, I love to have you on, and I will be obviously trying to do more content very soon. Obviously, the Arsenal game coming up, so I will be doing live content for that as well. So I'm sure you can come on and give your opinion. In fact, I guarantee you can do that. Football Fan 148's Martial and Rashford have both been top class these last few weeks and finally hitting some form, not like that start, and really encouraging to see Fred playing so consistently in midfield right now. I totally agree. Both those points I totally agree with. So good to see Fred and Fred, Martial and Rashford finally kind of clicking. Obviously, those are the sorts of players that we're going to need. They're going to be crucial. And if they can keep up that consistency, throughout the rest of the season, then I think top 4 is a very, very good chance for us. It's a very, very good chance. And I mean, if we continue to play the way we are, and we actually now start to pick up points against teams lower than us in the table, then I think we can get top 4, because Chelsea, they've looked a bit flaky. They're having a similar problem to us. They're going away from home against Spurs and Arsenal, and they're beating them. And really, really good results against the big teams, but against the kind of lower sides, they're struggling. And that's the same problem that we had. I'm not sure whether it's just a problem with caretaker managers or former players coming back and struggling with that sort of thing. But at the same time, it's a really frustrating statistic for fans, because ultimately you see a team go out at the Etihad against Man City and frankly batter them for the first half an hour, and you think, if we played it like that against every team in the league, we'd be winning every game, but we can't. We can't keep that level of consistency up, and that's why we end up where we are. So hopefully we can improve that, and hopefully we are starting to improve that. I think if we can continue to pick up results against the teams below us in the table, like we have against Newcastle and against Burnley, as well as continue to pick up some good results here and there against our teams higher in the table, then I think we'll be alright. I think we can get top 4 in that scenario. So that is what we're hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the, I think we can do it. It's just, what we do in January, whether we can keep certain players fit as well. It's all kind of those sort of things. And we just gotta hope we can do that. That was kind of my thoughts on the Burnley game. I probably not, as I said, I probably wasn't going to be live for too long. We're just gonna get back into the swing of it and see how everything's going. Obviously, I want to be doing more streams like this, and hopefully the kind of connection, things like that, is a lot better for next time, because this is just too laggy, and I'm going to have to sort this out, and I will sort it out, no problem at all. And hopefully you guys kind of enjoy me coming back here for a brief stint. Obviously, I'll keep you updated when I'll be going live next and all that sort of good stuff. But until then, thank you so much to everyone who did tune in. Do apologise again for the kind of laggy stream. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will be I'll be coming at you with a preview for the Arsenal game very, very soon indeed. So make sure you do, stay locked to the channel for that as well. Just want to say as well, Man like Mo, thanks for joining us. Any manager will fail under these fraudsters. I think that's a really good point to end with, actually. That's what I was saying. That's why I'm backing Solskjaer, because ultimately the players he's brought in aren't his. Well, most of the players in that team are still not his players, and there's a lot of deadwood in that team. We can't forget that. There's a lot of deadwood in that team. But yeah, great to see you, Man like Mo. Great to see you back again, and hopefully you'll come back again as well for the Arsenal preview that's coming up on Tuesday night. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But I think that's a really, really good point to end on. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if